That's fine. Yeah, at this point, I'm waiting for confirmation for us to be able to go back in.
Okay.
So until I hear when we can go back. On the shelf there.
Okay. I don't know if we want to begin now. It's 1:10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll call the meeting to order. We'll start off with roll call. Robert? Donna? Mel? Here. Don't even have to say Nick. And Sebastian will be joining us later, and myself, Dale. Are there any members of the committee that have a conflict of interest with any applications today? Seeing none. And we need a motion for the ratification of the minutes of the last meeting. Moved by Mel, seconded by Robert. All in favor? Opposed? Seeing none, motion is carried. First application is at 1:15.
Through the chair, yes. We can wait till then. Yeah.
Okay. I think that's another way to I think when they mailed it eventually.
I think we sent you an email that you could.
Okay. It's 1:15. We have, I don't know if the committee wants to hear, there's a series of consent and minor variance applications. I don't know if maybe we can hear each of them, the consent with the minor variance together. I'm just proposing that. That may be the way to do it. So the first is, it's a consent and a minor variance application B 25068 and A 25199, 104 to 110 Delawana Drive, Hamilton. Agent is the Biglieri Group, R. LaRoque, and owner is DiCenzo Management Incorporated, A. DiCenzo. So that's for both the consent and minor variance applications. Is there any members of the public who wish to speak on this application? Okay, seeing none, I'll ask the applicant or agent, please step forward, and you please provide your name and address, and you have 5 minutes to speak. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair and members of committee. I did supply a presentation.
Yep, give me a moment.
Just ask something just for clarification through the chair. We're hearing 2 applications together or many of them, all of them,
Just 2.
2 at a time?
Well,
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if through the chair, yeah. It's the same agent here. I don't know if we just want to go through all of them together, or I'll leave it to.
Through the chair, my presentation reviews all of the applications
Okay.
at the same time. I'm at the discretion of the committee, how they choose to make
And
the
that's-
decisions.
And that's fine. It's just that stated different times in case someone has a problem. We can't hear ahead of the time that's scheduled. Am I right, Justin?
Through the chair, yes, we do have it set time for each of the applications to be heard, yes. And we do have members of the public who do, sometimes they can come in person to make a presentation, yes.
So we can hear your presentation and then we can deal with them, I think, in groups of 2 at the specified times. And if someone does come on, we'll deal with that at that time. Okay?
Perfect.
I'm sure you had a chance to read all the comments that were posted for each one, so I won't ask every time. And a lot of them have a revised variance with the wording changes a little bit.
That it's been reviewed and wording changes to suit staff where the intent hasn't changed. We obviously will have comments regarding some of the conditions, but I'll bring those up at the end of my presentation. And while we're waiting for the presentation to be pulled up, my name is Rochelle LaRoque. I'm a registered professional planner and partner with the Biglieri Group. And with me today, I have Alan Buste of DiCenzo. So perfect. Thank you. As I said, I'm doing one presentation. Should the committee want me to go through the presentation for each of these applications, I can, but because they're all very similar, it's for ease of review, they're all in one presentation. So the applications have been made for minor variance and for consent for 30 to 36, 38 to 44, 46 to 52, 67 to 70, 96 to 102, 104 to 110, 112 to 118, and 120 to 126 Delawana Drive. Next slide. To provide context for where these properties are located, they're on the south side of Delawana Drive, east of Centennial Avenue, and west of Lake Avenue. Further to the east is an elementary school. On the north side of the street are apartment buildings. Next slide, please. So the purpose of the applications for consent are to split the lots in half and put 2 units onto their separate properties. Each of these lots is developed with a quadplex, and the intent is to create a new lot with a semi-detached dwelling on each of them. There's no changes to the parking, to the nature of the dwelling. The intent is simply to just sever it in half, and no other changes to the properties are proposed. Next slide, please. As a result of these severances, there are variances that are required to implement these changes. Due to the shape of 30 to 36, 38 to 44, 46 to 52, all of these lots are on a curve in the road and are slightly irregular shaped. So there are different sets of variances for these 3 blocks, whereas the remaining 5 properties are all a standard frontage and standard size, and those variances are all consistent with one another. The variances requested relate mainly to lot frontage, lot area, interior side yard setback, and front yard landscaped area. Any of the sheds in the rear yard that are non-compliant at this time will be moved so that they are compliant, or will be removed prior to the consent being registered. Next slide, please. And so I've said that if there are any questions now, please provide, but I would just like to provide some additional comments on the comments received from staff. The first comment is with respect to the condition for a noise study to be complete. This has been a condition requested by staff for the previous 4 applications. Committee has been kind enough to waive that condition on the previous 4 applications, and we would request this to be waived again, mainly because this is an existing situation. We recognize that there are policies in place which require this. However, we are not changing anything. We are not creating a new, more sensitive use. So we would request that this condition be waived for all the applications.
Which condition was that again?
I don't. That would be the one, the noise. And my apologies, I did not write the condition number down for all of them. But it would be the condition with respect to the noise study being completed. And then there is an additional condition. Oh, can I continue speaking even though my 5 minutes is up?
That's okay.
So there is an additional condition that was included by transportation, which has not been included in the previous 4 severances. If we could go back to, I believe it's the 3rd slide. Second slide then. The properties that are shown on the south side of Delawana that are still in yellow and not highlighted in red, those have already been approved for consent and minor variance by this committee without the condition that a 3-meter road widening be provided. To say that we were surprised by this request from transportation after we've been in front of this committee in both September and August for almost identical applications might be an understatement. So we would be requesting that this condition be waived, and I will provide some more policy and more information as to why we feel that the request for a 26-meter right-of-way along Delawana Drive is perhaps inappropriate and unclear as to what the additional 3 meters of this roadway will be used for. The property is within the Centennial Neighborhood Secondary Plan, and within that plan and within the Centennial Secondary Neighborhood Transportation Master Plan, the Delawana Drive is identified as a neighborhood greenway. The purpose of the neighborhood greenway, and this is the definition in that plan, is that streets designed with traffic calming and landscaped features to reduce speeding, create a pleasant experience for residents and all users of the street. In the latest Transportation Master Plan draft report, this term is renamed Bicycle Boulevard. Design treatments are typically a mix of the following: route planning, direct access to destinations such as schools, parks, community centers, and nearby shops, signs and pavement markings easy to find and follow, speed management, which is important, slow motor vehicle speeds, volume management, low or reduced motor vehicle volumes, minor street crossings, minimal bicyclist delays, major street crossings, safe and convenient crossings, offset crossings, clear and safe navigation, and green infrastructure enhancing environments. This Delawana Drive currently has, and this is a rough calculation, a 12-meter paved road platform. That means that the width of the area that roads can drive and people using the road is 12 meters wide. To give a bit more context, Lake Avenue to the west is 4 meters wide, and based on our measurement is approximately a 13-meter wide paved platform. So 1 meter wider. To give a bit more context, Cannon Street, which runs through downtown at close to the intersection with James, appears to also have approximately 13 meters of paved road platform. In that section, it has two vehicle traffic lanes, on-street parking, and separated bike lanes in both directions. Those are examples of the platform widths. I believe those right-of-way widths are probably 26 meters wide. However, it does beg the question, if the city is requesting a 26-meter right-of-way, which will only be available on those properties today because the intent is not to redevelop the other 4 properties, the city would have to expropriate those properties as well as any properties to the west and the north to create that 26-meter right-of-way, which in my professional opinion as a planner, I'm not a traffic expert, is that this does not meet the vision for the future development of Delawana Drive, which is to see lower traffic volumes, traffic calmed, which can be done in the platform that is there. To provide another example, Sherman Avenue South between Main and King is a 12.5 meter paved platform. The city recently redid that section of the road between Main Street to King Street to provide bicycle lanes on both sides of the road, and one-side parking, as well as continuing to maintain northbound and southbound traffic lanes. So we would request that this condition be waived because although the policy is there in the city's official plan, that this is the time that the city is able to take a road widening, in this instance, it does not make sense for a residential street that is intended to be greened, which is intended to have a lower traffic volume and is supposed to be traffic calmed. And what I've seen in my experience in over 20 years, when you increase a road right-of-way, it's only to provide more lanes for traffic. Traffic is appropriately accommodated on the platform that's there now. So I would request that the noise condition as well as the road widening condition both be removed from all of the applications for consent. And I'm available for any questions.
Okay, thank you. Committee, any questions? Robert?
Can we get a comment from staff on this proposal? Because I agree with what she's saying, the fact that there's 4 properties that have no piece of land taken across the front, and it's going to be the proverbial along the road. I know it's built, it's designed to build for the future, but in this case, I'm questioning it.
Through the chair, Anthony Mancini, Planning Technician 1. This condition was imposed by transportation staff. I believe they would be on the call to answer that question.
Hello, I'm Barb Ross with Transportation Planning. The right-of-way dedication with the city is not just for pavement widening. It is for tree planting, for wider sidewalks, to accommodate bike infrastructure, accommodate hydro boxes, anything like that, all the underground infrastructure, your sewer, your water lines, your bell, cable, all that stuff. It's not, the right-of-way dedications that we usually ask for are most often not for widening the pavement. It's so that forestry can plant a tree, so that a bus shelter can go in sometimes. And so it's just all the infrastructure that a municipality needs. So I just want to make you aware of that so you can make your informed decision. Any questions?
Yes, I have a question. How does that work when you've got some properties that are going to give up 26 meter right away and some that haven't, that are in the same block of properties?
So it's a long process for the city to get a right of way that would be even along the whole thing. So lots of times that if we get it off of one property, it allows for hydro to put maybe a hydro box there, or you could plant a tree in that location where you don't have the additional right of way, you can't plant a tree. So there's that stuff. It's to be able to tuck some of the underground infrastructure into areas where you can. And where you can't, you have to sometimes not have the additional space that you would like to accommodate the infrastructure.
So you can't. So are you saying you wouldn't be able to put a hydro line or something underneath those properties that don't have the right of way?
It would be like, so if you go into some neighborhoods that don't have the hydro lines above and you see the green box that's there, that is a hydro box, sometimes those can be tucked into a property that has given the right of way, and then it gives them a place where they can accommodate it. Or you could plant a tree on that property where you might not be able to if you don't have and give the tree enough room for the root ball to grow.
Anyone else? So with the two variances that you're requesting, I'm not sure if they're all the same number or not, but 7 and 4, transportation and then the noise level. Committee have any problem with?
Through the chair, I don't know if you wanted to, I mean, this collection of applications, it's scheduled until 1:50 PM. I don't know, did you want to wait until then to make a decision or?
Excuse me. Well, some of the, let's see here.
You could, through the chair, yeah, you could vote on each series of them, yeah, if you wanted to. And then I can also just check with if there's any members of the public here as well.
So let's deal with them as groups of twos until we catch up to the time that we're supposed to be at. So the first group is 104 to 110 Delaware Drive.
I'm going to put a motion forward to approve the application with removal of number 4 and number 7.
Okay, and that's for
Conditions.
both applications. Right.
Yes, for
Yeah.
both applications.
Okay, is there a seconder? Nick, all in favor? Opposed, if any? Seeing none, motion carried, application approved.
And yes, through the chair, just to clarify, those two conditions relate to the consent application, not the minor variance. Okay. Next we'll go to consent and minor variance applications B25069 and A25200, 38 to 44 Delawana Drive, Hamilton, agent Biglieri Group, R. LaRoque, and owner is DeCenzo Management Incorporated, A. DeCenzo. Is there any members of the public who wish to speak on these applications? Okay, seeing none, I will go to the committee.
Okay, any questions on these two? If not, make a motion, and I guess we should put in the wording to the revised variance number 2.
Yeah.
So is,
I'll make a motion to accept those two applications with the noise and the widening removed.
okay. Is there a seconder? Nick, all in favor? Opposed, if any? Seeing none, motion carried, application approved.
Okay, we'll move on to consent and minor variance for B25071 and A25202, 30 to 36 Delawana Drive, Hamilton, agent DeBiglieri Group, R. LaRoque, owner is DeCenzo Management Incorporated, A. DeCenzo. Is there any members of the public who wish to speak on these applications? Okay, seeing none, I'll bring this back to the committee.
Okay, to the committee, any questions on this application? Being noticed that revised variances 2 and 4 on this. Robert, you make a motion?
No, I'll just make a motion to remove the noise study number 7 and approve the variances 1 and 3 and revised variances 2 and 4. Oh, sorry, yes, and remove number 4.
Okay, is there a seconder? Nick, all in favor? Opposed? Seeing none, motion carried, application approved.
Next, we have a consent to minor variance application B25070 and A25201, 96 to 102 Delawana Drive, Hamilton. Agent, the Biglieri Group, Arla Roque. Owner is DeCenzo Management Incorporated, A. DeCenzo. Is there any members of the public who wish to speak on this application? Okay, seeing none, I'll bring this back to the committee.
Okay, any questions on this one? Noting revised variances 3 and 4.
Yeah, I'll make motion to approve the application with the number 4 and number 7 condition and the revised variances 3 and 4.
Okay, seconder, Nick, all in favor? Opposed, if any? Seeing none, motion carried, application approved.
Next, we have a consent and minor variance application, B25072 and A25203, 46 to 52 Delawana Drive, Hamilton. Agent is the Biglieri Group, Arla Roque. Owner is DeCenzo Management Incorporated, A. DeCenzo. Is there any members of the public who wish to speak on this application? Seeing none, I'll bring this back to the committee.
Okay, on this application,
Yes.
noting revised variance number 2.
I'll make a motion to approve the variances of 1, 2, 3, and 2, or 1 and 3, 2 revised, and remove the noise and the tree, or the widening, I should say.
Okay, seconder, Donna, all in favor? Opposed, seeing none, motion carried, application approved.
Okay, next, we have a consent and minor variance application, B25073 and A25204, 64 to 70 Delawana Drive, Hamilton. Agent, the Biglieri Group, Arla Roque. Owner is DeCenzo Management Incorporated, A. DeCenzo. Is there any members of the public who wish to speak on this application? Okay, seeing none, I'll bring it back to the committee.
Okay, on this application, noting revised variance number 2. Is there a motion?
Make a motion
Dawn?
to approve the application with removal of condition 4 and 7, and the approval of variance 1, 3, and 4, and the revised variance 2.
Okay, is there a seconder? Nick, all in favor? Opposed? Seeing none, motion carried, application approved.
Through the chair, just to let you know, the next application is actually scheduled for 1:45 p.m. So I don't know if we wanted to just wait.
Couple of minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, next we have